Okay. Oh wow, it follows you all the way over here. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna talk about what? Okay. Oh.
Make it like a choker.
Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a video. It's gonna be short. So I just want you to, yeah, I know. It's like, there's not really any sound.
I like the power cakes.
I haven't tried them. I've bought them, but I haven't made them yet.
Because it's healthy. Yes. I never bought those, but I'd make them with my Why is that one on the right almost like the size of? Because that's like the frozen one.
Yeah.
This one is frozen. Is that that almost looks like?
Because you can tell this was made in the
size.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write as you guys are talking about what you observed. Okay, so the frozen.
Is much smaller, but it looks like it could fit only a bigger waffle in 4 pieces. So the frozen one looks like it can fit into one of the 4
Orders?
waffle iron versions.
Okay.
So my question is, so it's which one are we cute?
Okay.
But how many ounces is?
What?
What grade is this?
Sixth.
Okay, I can use my fractions now.
Yep.
I was thinking 6.
Okay. What do you think? What do you want to know? What are you wondering?
which one's cheap.
What information? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how much was paid, like what the cost is per
Where?
serving.
Cost per serving. Okay.
For convenience.
Okay. This is my notes now. Okay. So if I asked you to define value, how would you define value?
You get more for your buck.
Okay. Are there any other ways we define value, or is it money? Worth? Okay, but what does worth mean to you?
I think it can be either way. It can be monetary, but it can also just be like sentimental value.
Okay.
But we're not talking sentimental value.
She
Okay.
asked, is it always money?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking in general. So think about value. Some people think of it.
A sentimental value to one of those waffles. Because it reminds me of my childhood.
But you're thinking as an adult, because you're thinking if you asked a 6th
I
grader.
literally buy the same things that I had sometimes as a kid because that's like nostalgic.
And it may be more expensive, but it's of more value to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So there's different ways we can define value, right? Because I mean, a 6th grader would probably say, "Oh, my baseball bat is super high in value." They're not going to be thinking grocery costs.
Yeah.
But in this instance, that's what we're doing. Obviously you're right. Okay. So we're going to try to figure out which waffle is the better value for its price. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information. So for the waffle mix, so I'm just going to write mix. Okay. You get 16 servings, and each serving is half a cup of mix. Okay. And then half a cup of mix makes 1 waffle. Okay. So using your chips, I want you to figure out how many waffles 1 whole box makes. Okay, use the chips. Not mental math. Show me. You have to show me.
Now we're about to be like
Sugar, there's 45 grams of sugar.
Okay, if you say half a mix, is it like?
Half a cup of mix.
So in this, that is later. There are 6 servings of the cubes, and there are
Well,
one
oh,
cube.
never mind. I'm an
45
idiot.
grams of sugar in the 2 liter.
And there's 198 servings per container. So there's 6 servings.
Here's my servings. Yeah, you get 2 more.
Each serving is half a cup.
And then there are
Oh, wait. This has 6 servings.
Whoa.
It's
How much mix is there?
there's 16 servings of half a cup.
So then there's different than 16.
Yeah. But I wanted you to show me with your can because it's much simpler than you guys are probably making it.
Find a way to show the amount of sugar cubes that are in the.
I'm doing a 1-to-1.
Yep.
But I was.
Okay, so what are you doing? So you have two different groups.
Yeah.
One color represents what? What does the red represent?
The red represents the fact that one serving is half a cup. So this is my half a cup here.
Okay.
And half a cup, each half a cup makes one waffle. And if there's 16 of the servings, then I put the yellow represents my waffle. So it's like a 1-to-1 thing.
Right. Okay. So we get 16 waffles. In the box. Okay? So now if we keep that in mind, and I'm going to give you one more piece of information. Because we're talking about value, right? So we're talking monetary value. So then this box cost $4. Oh. Okay? So now I want you to try to figure out how much each waffle costs. If we're breaking it down, and then we're going to do the same system with the frozen waffles, and then we're going to compare those and see which one would be the better buy.
The 45 grams is one serving of the two. And there's 6 in the.
So we already know how many waffles we have.
16 waffles equals $4.
Okay, we're gonna get there. No, that made it so much worse. I was okay with that one.
16 divided by 4.
That just made it way worse. I'm not very
You have to show it.
25 cents a waffle. Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay, walk me through how you got that.
I had my set here,
Okay.
and I noticed
Well, so there's
that
270.
16, the 4 goes into 16, right?
Mhm.
So originally I split it into 4 groups. I split my 16 waffles into 4 equal groups, and there were 4 waffles in each one.
Okay, so you have one that represents $1 a group,
Waffles to $1.
and there's 4 waffles to $1. Okay.
And then
225, 250, hold on.
4 waffles to $1 is 25 cents a piece, because 4 goes into.
Okay. So one waffle. Okay, so one waffle equals 25 cents. Okay. So now we're going to try the frozen waffles. Okay, do you think they're going to be more expensive, or do you think they're going to be...
I think there might be a slight.
I think it is going to be more expensive per serving, but maybe not more expensive overall.
Okay,
How many
so
waffles
is this a serving? Is it 25 cents a serving?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for the frozen waffles, we get 3 servings.
That's it, 3 servings in a box.
Yep.
But how many total? Wait, how do you get 3 servings in a box? It's more than that.
Okay, so what do you want? What are you asking?
How many waffles are in a serving and how many
Okay.
waffles are in a box?
Okay. So one serving. No, you were asking the right question. One serving is 2 waffles.
So there's 6 waffles. Okay, so I was close.
Okay. So we could pretty much figure out without using our manipulatives that there's 6 waffles total. Okay? Okay. Now the cost of the frozen waffles is $3. Okay.
This is still coming out to be more expensive. I know it. I do this stuff on a daily basis.
So it's 50 cents per serving.
Yeah, that is 50 cents per waffle. Right.
Because I made my serving 6 groups of 25.
I get it. I get it.
And so it's $1 per serving.
It's
And
pretty
here
good.
it's only divided into 2, so now it's 50 cents per serving.
So even though it says we're comparing the price, $4 to $3, We're getting more out of the mix,
More
than more out of
value,
the
more
frozen.
value.
Right.
Has the higher value.
Right. Okay, so what did we determine one waffle cost?
50 cents. That's why I know back.
I feel because it's convenient.
See, okay.
Because that might help with our.
So is one waffle, one serving the same it was over here?
Wait, can you ask that again?
No, it's not.
Is the serving the same as it is over here?
No.
Okay.
I could get for the. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Here's my question.
Mhm.
I feel like we're gypped here because here we're told how much mix went into the waffle. How come we don't know how much mix went into that frozen waffle?
The mix is basically the serving size.
Gives you.
Because if you just add water to it, the mix is the serving
You
size.
know that one of those waffles, just from the looks of it, would cover 2 of those.
I know.
Just saying that if you took half a cup, that would make from the mix, okay? That's gonna equal 1 whole waffle.
I know that, but I'm curious
So I
as
think
to
from the area,
this was mixed
like the size
Now
of
we
that
know why
waffle,
they don't
even if
disclose
they're
how much
equivalent, the
it is.
size
That's
of that
my point.
waffle, like,
So is there a way that we could figure out how many of these waffles would equate to these waffles? Is there a way that would be possible to do that?
So we found.
Just if we were doing an extension activity.
then it would be like 4 of
wanna give
those
us some
waffles.
waffles.
It would be like 4 of those waffles. If
Would
we're
eat-
going
yeah.
off of the 1
What
4,
the image looked like.
Mhm.
so just estimating, it would be like 4 of those waffles would be 1 of
So
those.
we
Right. Okay.
found that it was. gonna
Very
be
good.
70.
So then,
Here's my question, is that mix made with only water?
for this example, yes.
Because I was gonna say, and then you have
There's a
to
whole
add the
bunch you can
cost
factor in
of
all
the
kinds.
battery.
You add in blueberries and chocolate chips, that's going to make the
But
volume
that's choice.
bigger, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I was just
So we're
saying-
saying bare bones waffles.
I was just saying, if you had to have milk or something, if you had to make it, you know, then you have to pay for the milk.
Right. Then you would equate in the cost of that.
Yeah.
That you're right. Yep.
I mean, we could equate in the cost of a waffle maker compared to a microwave.
Okay. So what if I changed?
Microwave?
We're not factoring electric bills and all that jazz. Okay. So what if I changed the waffle mix? Okay. So instead of 16 servings, if we got 10 servings. Okay, the servings still are the same, half a cup, and the box cost $5. So is this still going to be cheaper than the frozen? Or is it going to be different?
We're usually used to seeing the
The servings is still only 1 waffle?
Yep.
the unit 2.
All the
that
serving
has
stations.
ones, right? And we see
Yep.
the long ones that has pins. The flat says like
I was already in a different zone.
So we get 10 waffles for $5.
Okay, so then at
Then
that
it
point,
becomes the same price as the
each waffle becomes 50 cents at that point.
Okay, I want you to show me both.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so explain what you have.
Well, I just erased that one, but we already figured it out, but here I did it, I put out my 10 waffles, I had them in a line originally, like this.
Okay.
1,000. No, that's
And then we need to do it for $5.
Those are.
So I split it into 5 equal groups, which puts 2 waffles in each group, so that's $1.
Okay.
And then to the 2 waffles.
So you started with how many chips? 10? Okay. And you divided them by, and how many groups? 5 groups. Okay. So then we got, right? That simplifies, right? Okay. So then if we wrote this same, the way we wrote that one, how would we write that? The frozen waffles.
Well, would it not be 10 over 5 and 2 over 1?
So you would use.
Because it's 2 to the dollar, not.
I think you're right.
No, you're right.
It's a little bit.
I have to flip my thinking.
And what
Because $1 to 2 waffles is still the same as 2 waffles to $1.
That's a lot more.
I'm asking.
You're right. You're right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't write something wrong. Okay, so this one would be 3 over 6, which would come to.
1 over, well, 1/2.
Yeah. One.
This is 1
1/2.
Still don't like that. Wait.
Okay, so we basically, by changing the amount of servings, we've created equal, right? So now we've created equivalent ratios, because they would be the same.
Yeah, and then the frozen would actually be cheaper because you're not having to add in milk and everything else.
200.
But you're still getting 10
Well,
waffles.
unless it's the one, like Bear Barnes, like you said, with water.
Still.
But I mean, it really doesn't matter.
At that point, it wouldn't matter.
But
Is
my
there-
question is, no.
So if
What's your
10
question?
servings cost $5, it won't matter if you buy the frozen waffles that are 6 waffles, 50 cents a piece.
I need to pay attention to my grocery shopping.
Okay. So, I think that's pretty much it.
Well, I want to know, you're not going to know this, but this is where this is taking me. Does that, I want to know, now I'm curious, if this ratio changes, of like cost to waffle,
Mhm.
if you buy like the family size, because technically they say then the cost per serving decreases, but I
Right.
wonder if it really does.
It's like if you go to Costco and get a big old box of
And
frozen
then at
waffles.
what point-
Vans isn't too.
What does that look like?
Right, because Vans is the more expensive ones.
Yeah, well, they're more.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying Eggo.
Eggo, Eggo does.
Do they really?
Yes, they do. Eggo.
I'm more of a French toast person, so I buy the frozen French toast.
Well, yeah, that's-
So how could we find that out?
well,
Are you saying that if we had a larger serving of frozen waffles compared to the same waffle mix? Or are you saying if we have a giant waffle mix and a giant box of frozen?
just the frozen
You have to do the
to, so
comparisons
like,
kind of evenly.
my question would be like, if I bought a box, oh, I guess I can figure this out maybe. If I had a box that had 16 waffles in it, and
Okay.
the cost of it, what
So
is that compared to the 16 waffles over there?
if we're increasing this to, let's play that out and see how it goes.
Well, increase it to 12.
Cause like, but, I mean, here we could do it, but realistically in the grocery store, it's not just gonna like quad,
Probably not.
it's not just gonna.
Okay, but let's pretend. Okay, so let's pretend we had. So if we're going to increase the amount of waffles, let's increase the cost by the same amount. So what do we want to increase it to, just to see?
Well, I was thinking 16 waffles.
Okay.
That's probably not realistic.
Okay, let's do.
18 waffles times 3.
Okay. 18 waffles. So what did we multiply 6 to get here? 3. Okay, so then this would be how much? Okay.
But the ratio doesn't change, that's what I'm saying. Because it would still be, it's still 1 to 2.
Right. So in a perfect world, we could probably do that.
Like grocery store, it's usually not, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Good job. That's pretty much it.
I gotta do better with my grocery store.
That is all I have for you today.